Hi y'all, today I'm going to show you how I'm going to make this cute little scarf. And what you're going to need is you're going to need needles, and I think this is a size 10. And then you're going to need some yarn. I'm using random pink yarn that I had. You could use anything. And then I'm going to sew on sequins, and I'm using this smaller yarn for tatting and crocheting, but this might be like a 10. I'm not sure, but anyway, this here, and then some random sequences, and also you're going to need a needle of some sort that this yarn will fit through the needle and also through your sequins. But first of all, what you want to do is you want to grab the yarn, and you want to pull enough to give you just enough to cast on 36 stitches. So I'm going to take the bald part, I'm going to grab the yarn, and I'm going to go around like this. Okay? Then I'm going to take my hook, and I'm going to pull down in the middle, pull down, and I'm going to grab this yarn and cast on one. And then I'm going to pull, and this yarn here is the extra yarn that I pulled out to cast on with. So this will be, so we got 3. Okay, and then we're going to go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this yarn is the yarn that we allowed to do our cast on, and this yarn is the bald yarn. And just keep counting. Just grab it and go up under and pull it through. Go up under, grab the fingered yarn, pull through. Just kind of keep doing this, and you want to count 36 stitches. So just keep on going until you get 36. And anyway, keep on doing this until you get 36 stitches on your hook. You should have 36 stitches on your hook. And this is what I have left over from the yarn that I added. Now I'm going to turn the work, and I'm going to pull this out of the way. And then I want to make sure that I get my ball of yarn here, and I want to grab the yarn that's going to the ball. Okay, so I'm going to get this yarn here, which is connected to the ball. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hook, and I'm going to go through here, and I'm going to knit each stitch. So you pull that off, go back through this, put your hook through this yarn here, wrap this ball yarn that's connected to the ball around, and pull this through and pull it off. Go back in, go around, pull this through, pull it off. Go in, wrap it around, pull through, and pull it off. And just keep doing this and counting these as you go. And you can also do it this way too, where you grab this yarn, not the yarn that we had extra, but the balled yarn, and grab it like this and go through and pull it through like this, if you don't know how to knit. And I'm going to knit this first row, and I want to make sure that I knit 36 stitches, and just keep moving along until you get 36 stitches onto this hook like this. Just keep going in, grabbing it, pulling it off to the other side. Go in, pull it through, pull it off on the other side, and just keep doing this. And I know if you don't know how to knit, it's very confusing at first, but once you learn it, it's very fun. But maybe I'm not the best teacher on this, but there's a knot in my yarn. Well, I'm just going to ignore it. But anyway, just keep on going. And you want to keep moving the stitches over to the other needle. And you want to have 36 stitches. Keep on going. And as soon as you get them over, your 36 stitches over to the other side. Now this is knitting. I'm knitting the first row. Then, once I get this last one on, then it's on this side, okay? So I'm going to turn this around, and I'm ignoring this tail, okay? And I'm just using the yarn from the ball. Okay, now what we're going to do on this row from here on, we're going to do 2 knits. So put your hook through, and you're going to knit 1, 2. Okay, now you're going to purl. Purl, you go through the front end and push this to the back and slide it off on here. And go here, there. Now we're going to go back to knitting where you go from the front to the back. And go 1, 2. Then we're going to purl 2. And we go to the front. Then we're going to knit 2, go to the back. Purl is on the front slanted, grabbing this, pulling it through, like so. And then we're going to knit 2. We're going to purl 2. And we're just going to keep doing this across until we get it all the way done. Knit 2. Purl 2. Knit 2. Purl 2. And knit 2. We're just about done. Purl 2. Knit 2. Purl 2. Knit 2. And you should have 2 purls ending. Okay, now you kind of move this down like this. Turn this around. Make sure you have your ball end of yarn here. Okay, so now we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to go through this one and we're going to knit 2 first. So go through, pull that around, pull it through, off on this hook. Go through and knit. Now we're going to purl 2. Go to the front, pull it off. Go through the side like this and pull it off. Now we're going to knit 2. Purl 2. And just keep counting. Knit 2. Purl 2. And keep doing this, and then I'm going to show you what it's going to look like. And we got to just keep on working and keep counting your stitches. Make sure you don't mess up, because if you do, your patterns, it's going to show. So, and the bad thing about knitting is that if it comes off your hook, it's kind of hard to get it back on. For me it is. I mean, you try not to mess up, because if you mess up, I think it's harder with knitting than it is with crochet, because crochet you can fix it really quickly. Knitting, I find that it's a little bit harder if you mess up. So anyway, we got knit 2, and then the last 2 is purl 2. Okay, and I'm going to show you when you pull this down. It's hard to see at first. Okay, if you look, the knit 2, if you go here, the purls are going to have these little bumps. The knits don't have the bumps. The purls have the bumps, the knits don't. So as you're working, okay, look, if you go back in, you're going to do it again. You're going to always start with knit 2 and then purl 2 and then knit 2 like this. And see, if you get confused, just look at your stitches and you're going to see, like I told you, the purls have the bumps. Okay? See, these are knitted. Okay, so what's going to happen is you'll see these are the 2 knitted, the purls have the little bumps, the knit do not have the bumps, and then the purls have the bumps. So anyway, you're going to keep doing this. You're going to keep going each time. Like when you get to the end, you're going to end with 2 purls and you're going to begin with 2 knits. And you're just going to keep working, and you're going to keep on going and see how it's getting that little pattern, because you can see here's the knitted ones on top. The 2 on top are the knitted, and the 2 with the little bumps are the purls. So just keep doing this, and every time you get to the end, flip it back around and start with your 2 knits and then 2 purls and 2 knits, and keep doing that. And like I said, you'll have a scarf before you know it, and you make it as long as you want. Or as you could make it extra long, or you could make it come just to the knees, or not so far down. But anyway, just keep on working. You're going to keep on working, and you're going to do knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, and purl 2. And you're just going to keep working all the way across like so. And if you're confused by this, just look, you'll see these 2 little knots. That means that's purl. So you're going to purl, stick your needle in this way and push back off the hook. And then if you look at it this way, this is the knitted stitches. And then you're going to knit. So you're going to go in, grab this, pull through, slide off. And you're going to keep doing this across, and just keep going. Purl 2. Because if you get confused, just look at your stitches and you'll see these are the purls. So you're going to purl, and these are the knit stitches, and you're going to knit like this. And it's very easy. Once you learn, you will love it. And you can make all kinds of beautiful things. And we're almost to the end. Knit 2 and purl 2. And then you will turn your work, and then you'll have this. And you'll keep doing, and just keep going until you get the length that you want. Okay, I've already got it about this long. This is for my little grandbaby girl. and she wanted a pink scarf, so she wanted it to have beads or something pretty. So anyway, I'm going to be using these sequences to put on this, and I'll show you what I'm going to do in a moment. But when you're ready to cast off, what I'm going to do is you will knit one, knit the second one, and then you're going to pull this one over this one to close. Go in, and I'm going, at the end, I'm going to do just the knit stitch. And I'm going to pull this over and close that stitch. Knit again, close. Knit and close. Pull that over. And just keep going. You're going to go in, act like you're knitting. And you could do the other way. You could purl it and do that. But I'm doing it this way at the end. I'm just going to do the knit stitch. And if your stitch drops, just put it back on there. But you're going to knit, pull this over, knit again, slip this one over this one, like this. And you're going to have this. And just keep on going. And when you get to the end, I'll show you. I'm going to keep doing this until I get to the end, and I'll show you. I'm at the end, and I'm just going in as if I'm knitting, pulling this one over this one, go in and knit, pull this one over, go in and knit, and pull this one over. Okay, and you should have this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my scissors, and I'm going to clip this, and I'm going to pull this through. Like that. And then I'm going to hide this stitch. You can either use your needle, or you could just kind of run this through and hide the stitch. Like so, just kind of work it through like this and kind of hide it. That's what I like to do. Just kind of work up this like so. Anyway, I mean, you could go this way too, but I'm just doing it like this. And then what I'm going to do, let me show you what I've done. So anyway, go ahead and clip this off. And then I'm using this right here, this little pink. This is the thin crocheting yarn that's for tatting or crocheting, and it's smaller. And what I'm going to do is I have these steel needles that I bought, and I threaded it on this needle, and this needle is kind of thin, but I bought these. They came in this tube, and this is one of those needles, and it's small enough to get this thread through. And what I did is I put a knot on the end, and I'm going to sew I'm going to go ahead and sew some sequins. And like I said, I have this bag of sequins. And I am going to do like a small design on the bottom of her scarf because she wanted something sparkly like beads, but I thought this would be lightweight. And anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and on each end of the scarf, and also go ahead to make sure when you fold your scarf in half like this, you have, so if you do the sequence on this end, you want to kind of have it on this end too. So when she has it around, but actually I got to thinking the scarf flips either way, so you could put the sequence on both sides. So I don't know. I've never done this before, so I'm just kind of figuring this out as I go. So what I'm going to do, get your sequence in something that you can put them on like this. And you just want to make sure that your needle can go through the sequence. It goes through these big ones. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my yarn through, my thread through this yarn like this. And I'm going to tie a little knot right here as I catch it on the yarn. And I could have crocheted the sequence as I go, but I found this is the way I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to pick up a sequence and I'm going to have it facing, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to pull this all the way down. And then I'm going to stitch it through like this. Like this. And then pull it back through. Pull it back through. And also, just to let you know, you could do a little design with the sequence. I'm going to see if the smaller colors will go through too also. Let's see. I don't think this needle will go through. No, it will not go through. So I'm going to have to use the bigger ones if with this, because I couldn't find a needle that this yarn could go through. But anyway, just kind of go back in, pull it through, and kind of have it like this. And I know this may be hard to see, but I'm just going to pull my yarn, my thread through again, and I'm just going to keep putting sequins on, and I'm going to work across, and I will just keep on working like this until I get it all the way across, and then I may do a different design and I'll show you. Well, I finally finished, and I sewed these sequins on each end, so when she has it around her neck, it'll be seen on each side unless she twists it. But anyway, that's kind of what I did. I just kind of sewed around the bottom so that way it'll be comfortable, because I was going to do up in here, but I think that wouldn't be so comfortable when it's on your neck and stuff. So anyway, let's see if we turn it like this. So see, it'll be so like this. And then as it goes up, it'll be kind of like this around the neck And then as we walk down, it's just on this side. But it took me a good little while to do this, but I hope she likes it. But anyway, thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.